Good morning, March 8, 2016. Petra here, handing you your DGI brief. Here are my top 5 stories from around the globe, starting with China. A new economic data shows China's trade plunged in February by 25.4%, the biggest such drop since 2009, falling sharply short of even the most pessimistic predictions. The weak February performance is mainly attributed to the decrease of global demand for China's exports. Syria. The partial ceasefire in Syria continues to hold despite its fragility. The truce is allowing the delivery of life-saving humanitarian aid. As of today, the United Nations agencies were able to deliver food and health assistance to a number of rebel-held suburbs of the capital Damascus. A little respite that can go a long way. Tunisia. Fierce clashes erupted yesterday on the Tunisian-Libyan border between the Libyan faction of ISIS and the Tunisian security forces. The event is reflective of the deep instability facing Libya and its neighbors as ISIS attempts to expand their caliphate into the region. Palestine. A group of Palestinians filed a lawsuit yesterday seeking $34.5 billion from US-based companies, tycoons, and charities for supporting and financing Israel's land grabs, construction of settlements on Palestinian soil, and other violations of Palestinian rights over the past 4 decades. Afghanistan. In honor of the International Women's Day today, an Afghan women's radio station returns to the airwaves after a Taliban attack. This is a breathtaking story. An Afghan activist, Zargana Hassan, founded a radio station in Kunduz, northern Afghanistan, dedicated to women's rights. Her station, Radio Shaesta, or Pashto for beauty, educated women on their rights, harmful cultural practices, and talked about important issues like reproductive health and domestic violence. Her thoughtful programming reached up to 800,000 listeners, an incredible way for people to access information in a country where more than 60% of the population are illiterate. In northern Afghanistan, where Radio Shaesta aired, only 15% of the women can read and write. Then, in September of last year, the Taliban stormed Kunduz, specifically hunting down women who worked in the government, media, civil society, and women's organizations. Zargona barely escaped with her life. Radio Shaesta burned to the ground. Well, the Taliban were pushed out of Kunduz, and today, 6 months later, thanks to a grant from the United Nations Development Fund, Zargona's courageous voice for change returns to Radio Shaesta and to the women of northern Afghanistan. Happy International Women's Day. And that concludes my top 5. Now, let's get out there and make it a good day. And remember, if you think you can, or you think you can't, you're right. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.